Hey everyone, Reaper here again with another comic book haul. This is comic book haul number 16. It's a very special one for me because it's my second year being on YouTube, so it's my second year anniversary haul. I got some great books lined up. I hope you all enjoy. But first, a couple of announcements, shout outs. I'd like to give a shout out to the whole Blasted and Stash It crew who were very nice to have me on their show last Friday. I had a really good time, guys. Um, check out Blast and Stash It Friday nights, and I believe on Saturday they have a show where they sell where YouTubers come on interested in selling some of their books to the community. I believe that's the Saturday show, but you have to double check on that. I'm not entirely sure on that, but I know on Fridays they have a show where they just talk about the latest books that came out that week and other things that come up in the conversation. Really cool guys. Uh, Hanging out with them was like hanging out with your buddies on a Friday or Saturday night, just getting together, talking shit, laughing, having a good time. Comic Newb, who's one of the guys in Blast and Stash It, Gary, really cool guy, very, very friendly. And of course, Semperfi Comic Guy, Vince. I mean, I'm sure everyone knows who Vince is. He's a really awesome guy. I think I said in the last video I met up with him at a local con, really cool. And it was cool that I found out that, like, we grew up in like neighboring towns, so small world, right? Spectacular Spidey Grandpa. He has an amazing Pops collection. I saw a video of his where he showed off some of his newer ones, but I know he has a lot more. I still have to check out those videos. Midwest Comics, another really cool guy who got back into collecting comics. I believe he was collecting many years ago and sold a lot of his books off, and now is trying to get some of them back and then some. Huey's Comics and Kirby's Comics. I mean, Huey's Comics is running a contest right now, so check him out. So if you're not subscribed to any of these guys, please do so. Check out Blast and Stash It. I can't say enough good things about them. Just a couple more shout outs before we get to the haul. Of course, I'd like to give another shout out to Living Dead Comics. He's back. I think he put out three videos. And if you're in the Las Vegas area, he also has a little shop. I believe he has a little shop. So check him out. But check out his channel and get more info on the shop and everything. And on him. He's really, really very knowledgeable guy. I love watching his videos. Lightning is back. I think it's... I don't have the number off the top of my head. It's Lightning 2988, something like that. But I'm sure a lot of you know who he is. But if you don't, check him out. A lot of the YouTubers are subscribed to him, and if you're not subscribed to him, please do so. He's back, and he just put out another haul video after being gone for a couple of months. It was really good to see him again. His name is Rich. And I'd like to give another special shout out to the Great Legend Show. Awesome guy. Has great shows, very friendly. You should check out his Fantastic Four collection. I was watching it, and I was like, oh my God. So jealous. So check out all these guys, the Blast and Stash It guys, and the other YouTubers I just mentioned. Okay, let's get started. Now, this one right here, DC Comics Presents number 26. This is a special book for me that is on my wall, and the reason why it's special, other than the fact it's the first appearance of Cyborg, it is really special to me because this was an awesome act of kindness bestowed upon me by Semperfi Comic Guy Vince at the local con. He had picked this book up the day earlier. It was a 2-day con. And he got it for he got it for a real good deal. And I was talking to him, and I said, oh, this is one of the books that I was looking for that day. He drove home, and this was an extra for him. He drove home, and he gave it to me. I couldn't believe it. I could not believe it. It's such an awesome book. I'm so happy to have it. And Vince, once again, I know I've been thanking you ever since. I'm thanking you again. Thank you so much for giving me this book. It's absolutely awesome. I love it. And it's on my comic wall with all my other favorite books. Thank you so much. If you hear some yelling in the background, that's James. He's with his mother and he's being a little, he's being a little boy. So he's shrieking in the background, so try not to let that disturb you too much. James is a really, really great kid. He's strong. He nearly ripped the skin of my arm off last night. Okay, some of the books. Marvel Spotlight #1, Marvel Spotlight on Red Wolf. Book I picked up. This is a book that a lot of people like Big E's Comics and several others were talking about in the community for months. Iron Fist 13, this is the cameo of Sabretooth. He shows up as a shadow on the last page. So if you can find this cheap, go right ahead and get it. I saw it at my local, well, one of my local comic shops, and I said, oh wow, I've heard of this. I didn't even know that this was a cameo for Sabretooth. So I picked it up. I think I paid like $5 for it or something like that. I'd say it's not a mint copy, don't get me wrong, but another one, X-Men 256, one with the famous. I don't know too much about this one. I should, but I don't. But I know this. I think this is like a reintroduction of Psylocke and like as a ninja. I could be wrong, but I saw this one. This was one of the books I wanted to get. Jim Lee cover, awesome to have, and I finally picked it up. Another X-Men book. X-Men 103. This is one of like the. I really like the storyline. This is a continuation of the storyline that was going on when the X-Men went to Banshee's, I think, ancestral castle in Ireland, and they ran into his cousin Black Tom and his new best bud, the Juggernaut. And another X-Men book, X-Men 65. I still need X-Men 66. That's the one where the X-Men series ended before it went into reprints. But another cool book to have to try to complete my X-Men run. And the last X-Men book, I believe, of this haul, X-Men 16, the last story of the Sentinel trilogy that began with number 14. Really nice copy. I really like it. Like the yellow in the background. It's in pretty good shape. Really good shape. I think it's a 6.0. Fine. Really cool. Okay, I got some Thor books. I've been getting into Thor as of late. This is Thor 338's second appearance. I believe I showed the first appearance several videos ago of Beta Ray Bill, but this is his second appearance. Yeah, there goes James. 344, I believe this is the first appearance of Algram. No, I'm sorry. Oh, I made a mistake. I got them confused with the next book. The next book I'm showing, 347. This is the first appearance of Algram. The one I just showed you, 344. This is the first appearance of Malekith, who was the bad guy of the Thor: The Dark World. I didn't like that video too much. What's her name's assistant? Natalie Portman's assistant. Ugh, she just annoyed the shit out of me. But yeah, I picked that up for cheap, so, you know, it's pretty cool. Okay, Tales of Suspense 93. This is a cameo. I mean, I don't even think he shows up in this book, but it's supposedly a cameo of MODOK. He makes his full appearance in 94, which I do not have yet. I hope to get. And this one I'm really, really happy to have. Tales of Suspense number 50. We all know what this one is, and if those of you that don't, this is the first appearance of the Mandarin. Going back to Thor. Thor 137, the first appearance of Ulik, the troll. Probably should show these. I'll show this one first. This is Thor 133, and this is Thor 132. This is the first appearance of Ego, the living planet, and the 133 is the continuation of that story. Okay. Thor, the Journey into Third Journey into Mystery, 119. First appearance of Hogren, Fangrel, and what's the other one? I wrote it down. I forgot the name. Volstagg, the big guy. Yeah, I think this is the Warriors 3. First appearance of the Warriors 3. And another one that I'm very, very happy to have is Journey into Mystery 102. This is the first appearance of Sif, Hela, and Balder. So, awesome book to have. Okay, we're winding down. I'm trying to get through these faster. I know sometimes I always say that, but I always wind up going to the 15-minute mark, so I apologize. Amazing Spider-Man 361. Now, this is not a book I recently picked up. This was one of the first comics I bought 22 some odd years ago when I first started collecting. I recently got it graded. I got it graded at a con and had it signed by Mark Bagley. And I'm surprised it came back a 9.6, so I was very happy at that. But yeah, this was the first time I actually submitted something to CGC. I submitted it there, and it came back a few months later, and I've had it for a couple of months. I've been waiting for this haul to show it off to all of you. So really cool to have. Happy to have that. And this obviously it came back before the the new whatever the hell quantum grading that has all the waviness and all that stuff. Everyone's sending their books back. Oh boy, CGC, they really screwed up with that one. But whatever. Another book I'm really happy to have. Shazam 28, the second appearance of Black Adam. As you know, I think the Shazam movie's coming out in a few years, and Black Adam's the villain in it. I've had this chat with the ETA Nick about villains. Look, I mean, if you could get it cheap, anytime the new villain is announced for a movie, and the villain's only going to show up in one movie, I'd be a little careful about buying it. Don't buy into all the hype of the new villain, because after the movie, like Apocalypse, and especially Ultron, that's a lesson that I learned, that book goes down in value real quickly, okay? I would try to get heroes instead of villains, because heroes have more have lasting power. But if you could find this, because I know when this was announced, when Black Adam was announced to be the villain, I think well over a year ago, this book was going for crazy prices, and a lot of people were just ripping others off. But if you could get it for a price that you're willing to pay at a cheaper price, I'd get it. But don't go too crazy with buying first appearances of villains that have just been announced for movies, because after the movie, that book plummets, and you may not get the money back that you put into it, or at least not that quickly. Okay, one of the marquee books of this. Well, actually, these last three are the marquee books of this haul. Finally able to get my copy of Fantastic Four 48. It's a decent mid-grade copy. This is the first appearance of Galactus, or Cameo, but more importantly, it is the first appearance of the Silver Surfer. Very happy to have this. I've wanted this book for many, many years, but it eluded me. So I'm happy to have it now. Last two. I'm already reaching the 12 mark, you see? I was hoping to get it down to 10, but no luck. Journey into Mystery 85. Yes, you just heard my conversation about villains and all that stuff, but Loki has been in several of the movies, and he will probably most likely be, I think he's going to be in Thor 3. So he's one of the villains, like a Magneto, that they're not really killing. He's going to be in several films, almost like a Joker character. You know, they never, I mean, I know in Batman, the 89 movie, they killed him off, but in these new set of DC movies coming out, the Joker, I don't think they're going to kill him very quickly. I think he's going to be one of the characters like a Magneto and Loki that you see throughout the movies until they decide to do whatever it is they're going to do with him. But it's also the first a cameo appearance of Odin. It's the first appearance of the Bifrost Bridge. It's the first appearance of Asgard. It's the first appearance of Heimdall, the Guardian. There's a lot going on in this book that makes this definitely a good pickup. Okay, so if you can get it, and it's kind of pricey. It really is. I mean, I got a 3.0. I'm happy with that. Even some of those are going for outrageous prices that, I'm like, ugh, I don't know. It's just not worth it to me. But I don't mind getting low-grade books. But I'm just happy to have it. So, yeah, I'm Journey into Mystery 85. Really cool book to have. For a number of reasons, like the ones I just mentioned. And the last book of my anniversary, my second anniversary haul, ta-da! Daredevil, #1. It's a 2.5, and I don't care. It's a really cool book to have. This is another book that's been going up in value. The series, obviously, is the reason for that. If you could get, this book at a reasonable price, I would definitely get it. It's a really good one to have. A lot of those Marvel heroes, I'm sorry, my arm's in the way. A lot of those Marvel Silver Age heroes are awesome to have. And as you know, some of them are getting, well, at least for me, very much out of reach. Like I said in one of my last video, when I got the Riddler, but my last haul video, that is. Riddler's my holy grail, because I know I can never get Amazing Fantasy 15 because it's so far out of reach. Even one without a cover is super expensive. I'm not gonna spend that much money on a book that doesn't even have a cover, But a lot of these other Silver Age Marvels are, starting to get out of, farther and farther out of reach. Like, Iron Man and Thor. And Doctor Strange is going to be getting up there soon, too. And Ant-Man, Hank Pym. This is one of the cheaper ones to get, and I'm just glad I was able to finally get it. But very happy to have this book. Very happy to have Daredevil. The series on Netflix has really done him justice, and I think really made the character more widespread to a lot of people, other than comic book fans that have known about him and cared about him for decades. But really introduced him to a wider audience that really helped the character, legitimize the character a bit more in the public's eye. Well, everyone, that was my 2nd year anniversary haul. I thank you once again for sticking with me. And I said this before, I say it again, I make haul videos every 2 months, but I'm going to try to enter more contest videos, and I might do, if I'm tagged, I'll do tag videos, and I might do collection videos, not complete collection videos, because I don't want to show you my entire X-Men collection. This is X-Men number 160, 161, 162. Yeah, I'll just show you random books that I like, random books that I think are of value for me personally and other. So I might put the videos like that out in the interim of the haul videos. I would like to do another top 25 key book video, an update. Omega Ryu Shin does something like that. Top buys of this year, top buys of that year at the end of the year. So that idea, I'm borrowing from him. But I might want to do that sometime this year. And I'm an avid video game player, so I might want to showcase, excuse me, some more of my PlayStation games that I was lucky enough to pick up, because PlayStation is my favorite console. But thank you again for watching. I appreciate it. Please check out Blast and Stash It. Subscribe to those guys. Check out Living Dead Comics, Great Legends Show, Lightning. I'm sorry, Rich. I always forget the numbers at the end. I think it's 2988. If that's not it, please forgive me. But please check out all these guys, great YouTubers. And I will see you again in another couple of months for my next comic book haul. But hopefully I'll put out a couple minor videos in between. Thank you, everyone, for watching. Take care.